Here's how one bad boss made the employee's life very difficult, but at the end, regretted it. So you're going to want to save this video so you can reference it later. So here's the situation. The micromanaging boss was asking his manager to keep a daily journal to make daily entries every 30 minutes so that he can see what he's working on. So the manager was doing everything right. He had 60 employees, understanding how efficient or effective his teams are, but also the manager made it more difficult by requiring his manager to change it from 30 minutes to every 15 minutes. At the beginning, the micromanaging boss would show up, but later down the line, as you all know, he stopped showing up, but the manager continued with the entries. So here's where it takes a turn. The manager started having fun with it. It started entering like random information to see if his boss was actually reading it. Not only that, he started including problems that he saw and actual solutions. So whenever the manager would have a conversation with his boss about the log, the manager or the micromanaging boss would dismiss it and say, yeah, I read it. But the reality is we never read it at all. So what happened is that the executive started asking questions about the performance of the team. So the manager was ready with all the entries and everything that he had communicated upward to his manager to include problems and solutions. But this happened in front of the micromanaging boss. Like any bad boss, then that boss was deflecting and threw that manager under the bus. But the executives were a little bit smarter than that because the manager started creating entries and dated those entries, thus giving that manager credibility about him communication upward. And the bad boss was placed in a bad light, regretting what he had clearly expected at the very beginning. There's a couple of things I want you to take from this story. Number one, don't create unnecessary work with your leaders if you don't need to. Reporting is important, but make it make sense first, right? I clearly agree about creating logs and tracking and everything else, but make it value added so that you can track a KPI. The second thing, follow up. You got to be very consistent about following up if you're asking your employees or your leadership to do something, because the moment you slack off, that's the moment where they don't see any value in it at all. And number three, own it. If you make a mistake, if you expect people to do things and they're going to tell you the truth, own that. Good, bad, or indifferent. If you made it this far, congratulations. I'm putting on a masterclass, and let me know in the comments if you're interested in learning how to manage effectively.